The legend of Atlantis is perhaps the greatest mystery of the ancient world. It says the story of a technologically advanced empire that vanished beneath the waves in a single day and night. For centuries, explorers and philosophers have scoured the globe for this lost continent, asking one central question: was Atlantis a real place, or just the grandest myth ever told? Our only source for the Atlantis legend is the Greek philosopher Plato, around 360 BC. He wrote about it in his dialogues. Timaeus and Critias. Plato didn't present Atlantis as a simple myth, but as a genuine historical account. He claimed the story came from ancient Egyptian priests who told it to the Athenian statesman Solon. The story was then passed down through generations until it reached Plato himself. This claim to historical authenticity is what makes the tale so compelling and separates it from common mythology. Plato's dating of the event is crucial. He said the destruction of Atlantis happened about 9,000 years before his time. That places the civilization roughly 11,600 years ago, deep in human prehistory. He described Atlantis as a powerful island nation located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which is the ancient name for the Strait of Gibraltar. This puts it squarely in the Atlantic Ocean, and it's why so many explorers have searched the vast sea for any trace of it. Plato's description of the Atlantean capital is breathtaking. He paints a picture of a civilization with immense wealth and incredible architectural skill. The city was built in a series of concentric rings of land and water, connected by canals and bridges. The outermost ring was where the people lived, protected by a massive wall. At the heart of the capital was the central island, which held the main temples and the royal palace. This palace was famous for being covered in shining metals, gold, silver, and a mysterious glowing alloy called orichalcum, which Plato said was mined directly from the island. This detail suggests a level of engineering and metallurgy far beyond anything known in the ancient Mediterranean. The entire island was engineered for self-sufficiency. It had lush forests, fertile soil, and massive irrigation projects. The Atlanteans were initially a virtuous and noble people, said to be direct descendants of the sea god Poseidon. Their empire stretched across the Atlantic, controlling parts of North Africa and Europe. Their power was matched only by their incredible wealth and technological superiority. But this golden age wasn't destined to last. Plato used Atlantis as a philosophical warning, a cautionary tale about a society corrupted by its own endless prosperity. Over time, the divine blood and noble virtue of the Atlanteans became diluted. They grew consumed by greed, pride, and an insatiable lust for conquest. Their mighty empire became oppressive and arrogant. Plato described their downfall as swift and final. When the Atlanteans tried to conquer Athens, one of the few remaining virtuous powers, Zeus, the king of the gods, decided their moral decay was irreversible in a single, violent cataclysm of massive earthquakes and floods. The entire island, along with its people and magnificent technology, was swallowed by the sea and vanished forever. This detailed story of a utopian civilization that succumbed to its own hubris remains incredibly relevant today. So, what was Atlantis? A true historical record? A philosophical fable to warn the Greeks against imperial ambition? Or perhaps a distorted memory of a real-world disaster, like a volcanic eruption or a massive flood? While the physical location remains unknown, the moral of the story is crystal clear. Even the greatest power can be destroyed by arrogance. The myth of the vanishing city continues to challenge us to separate history from philosophy and fact from legend.